Hey guys, so today we are going to make pie crust because this is the art that is lost in our generation. Okay, I hope you're... I'm gonna try and make less noise when I make this video because last time I made so much noise. I hope you're all super excited for Thanksgiving. I love to eat all of the things and mostly everything that's beige. So turkey, buns, gravy, stuffing, pie. These are a few of my favorite things. So most importantly, my mom swears by tenderflake in your crust. Super important. I believe the recipe I used to use had regular vinegar, but this one calls for apple cider vinegar. So also, if you are struggling with shingles, many other body ailments, apple cider vinegar is supposed to be super good for you. My girlfriend Monica found this. I don't know if you've had this before, but it's a wellness drink and you can take like shots of it and it's way easier to stomach and get down. It's super good for you. See guys, this is much more than a cooking show. So today I identify as dad because this is so stinking cute. Look at all these little hand prints. Oh my. So we are going to mix together some brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, 1 egg, and some salt. So I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm doing this in a glass dish, and then I have 1 egg. Oh, but remember, most of my eggs are twins. And try finding 1 small egg. It's like so problematic with cooking when all of your eggs are like in vitro or something strange. Hormones, something like that. Do you notice how much I do this? But I usually go like this. I don't know why. That's just how I roll. So now we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar into this little bowl here, which we're gonna whisk up in a sec. 1. This has got goobies in it. I should probably eat this. That's tart. Really good for your body. And now I'm gonna whisk this up. I love these little whisks. Whisk this together. And then I'm gonna pour it into a 2-cup measuring cup and fill with cold water. And then I'm gonna let it sit in the fridge for at least 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I don't have a oh yeah, I do. My goal was to be quiet in this episode. So now this takes up about a 1/4 cup in here, and we're gonna fill it right to the 2-cup mark. It's a lot of water. Lots of bubbles. So now we're gonna put this in the fridge for 10 minutes and let it get nice and chilled. Okay, so while we wait for that, I thought we'd learn a little bit about this apple cider vinegar. And so we're gonna Google it. Oh, that is so weird. I said benefits of, and it came up, apple cider vinegar. What? Why are you listening? All the time listening to us. Oh, that is so weird. So, it's NFL Sunday. This is cheers to Russell Wilson. That's really good. Oh, that is so gross. Okay, benefits of apple cider vinegar. You gotta get the mother. That was that Slurpee stuff. The mother, super important. Can help you lose weight. It's good to improve your heart health, and it treats dandruff. Well, hot dog. No more dandruff for Jodes. Just kidding, I don't have that. It helps keep insulin levels in check if you have the diabetes type numero deuce. Helps stop the cell damage that leads to cancer and lowers your chance of getting cancer. Don't tell the government about it. They'll take it off the shelves. So lots of really good things. And yeah, I think my cousin ingested it as well when she had the shingles. It's important, guys. Take control of your health, okay? Okay, so one of the nice things about using tenderflake is there are the measurements here, and I love to just cut up butter and shortening instead of scooping it out of a container and then trying to not squeegee, use a spatula to get it out. So I just cut it. But then I always have like these stupid little 1/3 of a cup of shortening. Drives me nuts. Oh, first world problems. It's annoying. So I want this as cold as possible. If I'm making biscuits, I freeze my butter and then I grate it with a cheese grater. I always feel like I should do that with this. So anyways, I'm gonna measure it so that I'm cutting off my 1/3 of a cup right here. How annoying is that? What am I gonna use that for? 0 things. It's gonna float around in my fridge. I'm gonna be annoyed by it. Don't care. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna cut it up a whole bunch of times. Perfect. So now we have all these little bits. I try to mix them around in the flour while I do it. So obviously this is for lots of pie. I'm gonna make 4 crusts and then freeze them because I'm going to just make, ooh, maybe I should make 2 pies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 adults and I have 2 little rugrats. Just kidding. Are my kids still rugrats? You end up getting kind of tired. It's a lot. That just sounds embarrassing to say. I shouldn't have said that. I don't get tired. I'm not tired. I'm fine. I work out a lot so that I can eat pie all day. Okay, so I have my 5 cups of flour with my 2 cups of shortening, ground up to roughly pea size. Looks like there's some big boulders in there, but not really. And then I've got my liquid mixture that's been cooling in the fridge. It's probably been now about 20 minutes. So I'm going to make a well in the center of this. Took off all my jewelry because I'm smart. And I'm gonna pour this into the center. And then you can either use a spoon or fold it in. I'm gonna get a spoon. Wooden spoon. So wooden spoon, fold it in. Now with any sort of pastry really, you wanna touch it like as little as possible. But this recipe, she says, don't worry too much. She thinks it's foolproof. And honestly, for how good it was and this fool made it, it really was fool. I'm actually gonna add like about an extra 1/8 of a cup of flour because I feel like this is a little bit too wet. I'm sure a real pie maker is like, what is she doing? Why is she just stirring it all willy-nilly? I know you don't want to use too much flour, but I also hate the stickiness of this. So I'm not going to do much with this. I'm going to get it into a little puck. And then I'll set it aside and I'm going to do that 4 times. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge for a little bit just so my shortening is really still cold and not kind of melting apart. Okay, so most importantly, we're going to make our pumpkin filling now. My son's singing. So I'm not going to read you these ingredients just because I'm making 2 deep dish pies. And what you'll notice with a lot of the recipes is that the filling recipe is made to fill one of those little tiny tenderflake pies from the store that's really thin. I'm going all out, okay? And I'm decided to make 2 of them. So I'll put the recipe below in the comments, but I just want you to know that's why I'm not telling y'all what I'm doing. And so I've got, oh, I've got to pay attention because I'm doubling this. Got flour, a little bit heaping, trying not to make too much noise. Now my spice that I use is, I don't use pumpkin spice, so I grate my own ginger, cinnamon, I grate my own nutmeg, I use ginger and cinnamon. And I always think that I use cloves because I use cloves in my pumpkin muffins and a little bit of salt. So that's all in there. Pretending this is a real cooking show, okay? You know, I had a pretend cooking show back in the day called What's for Snack with my friend Jill, and we had so much fun. So guys, I just opened this. long story. Costco ended up crediting me for this can of pumpkin. I will forever be ashamed about that, okay? So I'm gonna do 3 cups here of canned pumpkin. Where is my 3-cup measuring cup? I'm obsessed with these little tiny Pampered Chef wooden spoons. Okay, so if you have any ideas about what to use this pumpkin with, because what I'm noticing is pumpkin only lasts, like stays good in the fridge in Tupperware for a few days. And I much prefer to use glass, but Tupperware I feel like at least will really get a good seal on. But yeah, I'm waiting for my butter to melt, but this looks so good, hey? It smells like, actually it doesn't smell good at all. It smells like pumpkin puree, like when my kids had baby food. So I'm gonna make pumpkin muffins. I got a recipe for pumpkin snickerdoodles, which from Natalie Hebert, which sounds like something beige, so that might be right up my alley. So that's good. Turkey pumpkin white bean chili. And yeah, do you have any other recipes you wanna throw at me? Let me know. Okay, so I am gonna add some cloves just because I looked at the recipe on the can and it called for cloves, not ginger. So I feel like somewhere in there I got mixed up over the years. Oh, and now it smells good. That's funny. So cloves that I don't even love are like the secret thing. We got our butter, added a little bit of cloves. So now, years ago, I always just made whipped cream. But if I'm gonna make everything from scratch, sometimes I just can't even with one thing. So, oh yeah, just don't read the side of it. It's not a good idea. It is actual whipped cream, but they put some good carcinogens in there to increase your odds of getting cancer. So that's why we chug that apple cider vinegar. Capiche? So these reusable ziplocks, by the way, are my favorite thing. I ordered them on Amazon. I even have a little thing that stands up so I can like fill them with chicken and other marinades. So let me know. DM me if you want more information. These, I think I'm actually going to have to put in the fridge a little bit longer. They are not cold enough after 30 minutes. So, favorite Thanksgiving memories. Seriously, my siblings might say that I've got the story wrong, but definitely my favorite memory is driving home from Camrose, Alberta in the car. 3 of us kids in the back of a car. Nowadays, kids just have it so easy. They're so soft. They have so much room and all this stuff. We were like crammed together. You know how tiny that little tiny middle seat is? And like my hips haven't lied since I was in grade 9. So anyways, but I remember like tormenting my parents, I think, with like turkey farts. And then I also remember and like just being like, when your dad's like, enough. And then mooning my uncle in the car. First of all, how do you pull your pants down in a Corsica, Chev Corsica, in like 1995 or something? I don't know, 1989? I don't know what year it was, but those are like my absolute favorite memories. How weird is that? And of course, all of the beige food, which I feel like if I didn't have such great cooks in my lineage, in my family currently, I feel like I wouldn't even like the holidays. Maybe it would be just about the people. It's hard to say. I think it's 10 inches. Yep, 10 inches. So I'm gonna roll it out here. And I always go like this, around it lots, to keep it from, and I roll it different directions to keep it from cracking. And then when it cracks, I repair it with water. So when I'm doing 2 pies at once, I will weigh the pie to make sure one isn't way more full than the other. I won't just eyeball it. So these pies are going on the bottom rack at 350 for the first 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna move them up for the next 15 to 20 minutes until the filling is set. How good do these beauties look? Now, I guess if they crack on top, it means that they are a little bit overcooked, but better overcooked than runny. Oh, and Thanksgiving flowers.